It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey, guys. Welcome back and happy Thursday. Guys, I love Thursday because we're over the hump day. We know that Friday is right around the corner. It makes sense and it makes us happy because our weekend is it's almost here. We have so many hot topics to go over tonight. One, I want to talk about Porsha shading the Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip. I want to talk about Kenya Moore in this new chapter. Kandi Burruss, and they're claiming she's struggling, but I have my opinions. Ramona's at it again. This woman, I can't. And then also one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills' newest cast members sells her mansion in Malibu for $87 million, and she buys, a cheaper mansion for $13. But I also want to talk about Sheena's ex and this Jen Shah drama. So there's a lot to talk about, guys, a lot to unpack, and we definitely will. If you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed because, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And also, so you can join the live chat and call in, and let's take this first super chat. Hi, Murray. Jason, you can end your Vita search. I have a bottle of it for you. I will either ship it or bring it when I see you guys. Aw, I love that. Thank you, Murray. All right, guys, so I want to bring this up really quick because this is the first topic for me, only because we've been talking about it so much, right? Jen Shah has finally revealed who she was talking to on the other end of that phone, and she said it was an NYPD officer. I'm not buying it, and let me just tell you why. Because when Jen Shah jumped on the phone, unless I missed something and I'm making up this narrative in my head, when Jen Shah jumped on the phone, she said, "Hey, baby," right? Am I wrong? Because that's what it sounded like. And then she asked for the mic to be unplugged. Well, she said the NYPD officer kept asking her, "Are you okay? Are you safe?" And then she jumped in the car and she exited. She said it was not Coach Shah at all. But again, we have our speculations. I'm going to bring up a few callers eventually on this topic only, and then I'll move on to the rest of the topics and maybe do two at a time. But this is a huge topic because they announced today and they dropped the trailer. You can find the trailer on Reality Blurb. But they announced that just like The Housewife and the Hustler, now we have The Housewife and the Shah Shocker. So the new documentary featuring Jen Shah, her life, and the victims of the alleged Shah fraud, it's coming out on November 29th, only on Hulu. That's going to be interesting as hell. Now, she keeps maintaining I'm innocent. It's ridiculous the way these women are reacting, the way they're treating me. I'm innocent until proven guilty, whatever happened to that. And she can't wait for her day in court. That way, all of you guys, all of us, the fans, will see. But I don't know about that. And it looks like there's really nobody in her corner at this point, except for maybe Heather Gay. She also posted on social media this clip, this photo. And when she posted the photo, as you see all the way on the left, she reposted from a fan and they said, "Wow, Lisa, wow. Innocent until proven guilty. This shows who people really are. Grateful for Heather Gay and Jenny Wynn." Then she posted another one that said, "At the real Jen Shah, in America, we are innocent until proven guilty. With friends like these, who needs enemies?" Last one said, What are we watching? Something, my logo's blocking it. Fakes being exposed. Hashtag Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's not my role to expose the fake people. In due time, they will expose themselves for who they really are. Pay close attention. When you take joy in someone else's pain, that speaks volumes to your character. Okay.
Ooh.
Jason. Whoa.
Hi.
Hey, Jason.
Okay, here we are.
All right. Jason was running a little bit behind, but Jason, we have good news for you. And thanks to Murray. Murray said, "Jason, you can end your Vita search. I have a bottle of it for you. I will either ship it or bring it when I see you guys."
Oh my God.
How exciting.
That's fun. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Murray. Thank you.
That's going to be so fun.
Murray,
I'm going to make like a specialty margarita. We'll do that for like a week, Kiki. We'll just make a specialty margarita with Vita. Taste it, try it, see if it's any good.
And I also feel like it would be a good way to reach out to Lisa because we were supposed to see Lisa at the Fort Lauderdale Yacht Show, which people don't really know. And we know Jordan loves Lisa, that baby gorgeous. We know. So
hey, baby gorgeous.
Lisa has some fans. But, I wanted to talk about this really quick. And Jason, we're going to bring up callers because you missed the first few minutes playing with your camera. I know that sometimes this all gets annoying. So I apologize.
There are so many wires to deal with that.
It's annoying.
I blame you. You unplugged something.
Okay. All right. So I brought this up for everybody, Jason, and it's kind of like the Erica documentary where it was The Housewife and the Hustler, but now it's Hulu and ABC's new documentary called The Housewife and the Shah Shocker. It comes out on November 29th. And like I was telling everybody, you can watch the trailer right now. You can go to Reality Blurb, Hulu, wherever you want. You can watch the trailer. And on the trailer, you have this guy talk about, oh my gosh, when you think about Salt Lake City, this is the Jen Shah show. And then everyone's glamorizing Jen Shah. And she's like, I don't care, like it or not. And then boom, we pan over to the victim.
I don't know what she's talking about. I mean, you have, we've talked about so many times that, I don't know, the New York, whatever, doesn't come after you unless you have, unless they really have to, and they have like a 99% conviction rate, blah, blah, blah. But look, even like The Housewife and the Hustler, that was just Hulu, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But what ABC News is slapping themselves on this too, or was that the same as last? I
believe ABC is the one who is producing this documentary, and I think that they're letting it stream on Hulu because they have a deal.
Yeah, no, I think have some deal with Disney, and Disney owns ABC and all kinds of stuff or something like that.
I mean, right, it's all under the same umbrella. But Jason, before we bring up callers, watching the clip for this documentary, the trailer, you see where the victims, there's this one woman who comes up and she's like, I just wish I could ask whoever did this to me, would you do this to your mother? And then we see this glamorous life of, and then it pans over to Ronald Richards sitting in the seat talking about it. And then Dana Wilkie is a part of this documentary as well. So it pans over to her. And I'm like, what the hell is actually going on? And I told everybody before you came on, Jen Shah on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City after show revealed that it wasn't her husband on the phone. It was an NYPD officer who kept asking her if she was okay. And she freaked out because she said, I had a
but she said, hey, baby. I mean, did she not have caller ID, or does she have that 646-212 number as Sharif, or what?
I mean, that's what I said. I said, I could have sworn she said, hey, suspicious. Baby.
I think she's just covering her tracks for that one.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree. And she's trying to tell us there was a man who was harassing me in New York. Now that man is sitting in Rikers because I got a restraining order on him. And once I got the restraining order, he actually was in breach of the restraining order and came all the way to Salt Lake City to cause physical harm to me and my family. Now, do I believe that story is true? Yes. Do I believe she thought that that's what this was? No. Am I buying the fact that it was an NYPD officer on the other end of that phone? Also, no.
Yeah, no, that's BS. I call BS on that.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're less than 8 minutes in, and we already have 230 in the room. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I know I'm interrupting you, but I'm interested to see, the last time we had the Housewife and the Hustler, I think it answered some questions, but it still left us with a lot of questions. I'm curious to see if this documentary will answer any questions, just to the fact that she has already been, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just wondering if we'll get any answers or any kind of new information from the documentary.
I don't think that's necessarily the case, or that's the point of the documentary. I feel like the documentary is really like a way for them to showcase, okay, here are the victims. Listen to them, hear their voices. They're very real people. Let's put a spotlight on them. That way we can hear from them. And I think that's what this is about.
That'll be interesting. I want to hear what all went down specifically.
I agree. All right, so let's start bringing up some callers, and then I'm going to rotate everybody, and I'm going to keep on to this one topic, and then after that, I'm going to move on because we have 10 topics tonight. It's crazy. All right.
It's crazy.
Hi, Lily.
Oh, hi. I didn't expect to be the first one. Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm driving home from work. I'm in the West Coast. I'm in Seattle. But I'm going to be real quick because I'm driving. And it's raining really hard. So I honestly think...
Hi, Lily. I understand you're driving, so I'll let you go.
Oh, I was...
No, not let you go. Not let you go.
Let you speak.
You off. I mean, let you speak.
Oh, okay. So I was going to say that I think from looking at everything, I don't think it was her husband that she was talking to. I think it was her kid. The one that they showed on camera with the officers at the house, maybe her child or maybe the cousin. That's who I think. That's who I think called her.
The child or her nephew. Okay. Okay, I didn't even think about that, but that's a good point. Oh, go ahead, Jason.
No. I was saying that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, because she said, "Hey, baby." So it had to have been either, I mean, I'm guessing you're not going to answer the phone from a New York number and just be like, "Hey, baby." And she's not going to call, or if Stuart calls to give her a warning, she's not going to be like, "Hey, baby." So it would make sense if it was Sharif or one of her sons.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, that's what I think.
All right, Lily, before we let you go, are you going to be watching the November 29th premiere of the documentary?
I am. To be honest, I had stopped watching all the Bravo shows, but what sucked me back in was The Housewife and the Hustler. So yeah, I couldn't help myself because I was like, oh my God, that's Erica. And yeah, I watched Erica on the show and I liked her. I liked her so much. And I had mad respect for her. And so, yeah, I was really, really disappointed when she, when to find out that she's in the middle of all this. And as far, in my opinion, I think she knows. I think she's a really, really smart lady, and I think that she knows some of this. That's just my opinion.
Are you talking about Jen or Erica?
Erica.
Erica.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Lily, we hope that we get you to call in one time when you're not driving. We would love to see you. And for now, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we hope that you get there safe.
Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. I love watching you.
Thank you, Lily.
Thanks, Lily.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. All right.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. All right. We also.
Hello.
I wanted to say really quick, I see everybody in the room. Angela, Mocha Rain, Bad and Bougie, Justifiably Jordan, Basic, Chic Girl, Petty King. I will make sure I rotate everyone. Janelle, I saw you were amongst the first waiting, so I wanted to bring you up. And I'm so curious. They dropped the trailer today for the Jen Shah documentary. Did you catch it or no?
I did not catch it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it.
Why?
I don't know. Because, okay, first off, for people who don't know, Disney ABC owns Hulu.
Yes.
So that's why.
And ESPN and all kinds of, yeah.
Yeah, Disney ABC owns the world. Like, quite literally.
Yes.
Like, every network.
I think they have more shares in Coca-Cola than Coca-Cola does.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. I didn't watch the trailer. I mean, I may watch it for y'all.
No, you should, because we're gonna make it into a hot messy topics one night once it comes out.
Oh my God, I think it's because the first one kind of turned me off because I didn't want to hear, no offense to Daniel Wilkie and to Danielle Staub, but I didn't want to hear from them when it came to Erica Girardi. I was just like, how do you know?
Listen, I think that I always say this and I defend Dana on this one. And, this is where I'm coming from here. For Dana, I understand why she was on it only because she was the one who dropped the fact that a divorce was coming with Erica before she even filed the divorce, which how she knew that, we still don't know. And I've even asked her and she's like, don't ask me. I'm not going to tell you. I even tried getting her. I gave her like 6 cocktails at the pool in Miami. And I was like, so how did you find out about that? She's like, that's cute. I'm not giving you any information. So she had some sort of.
Adam, I just watched season 2 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills again. The woman can drink. She is not. She is not a lightweight.
You should watch one of her lives. She can drink.
No, she can. Yes, she has a liver made of steel, and I'm jealous. But no, you definitely have to watch it.
I myself off at 2.
And Sista on the Move, there's a documentary on Jen Shah. Yes, it comes out November 26th. Here is the photo of it. It looks very similar to The Housewife and the Hustler with Erica Girardi. We're excited to see it. I'm curious how people are going to react to, Dana Wilkie, I know what they're already going to say, but to Ronald Richards being on the documentary, because I've received some comments on my channel about Ronald Richards. So I'm curious to see how this plays out and how people react to it. Because like you said, Danielle Staub got a lot of shit because people were like, why is she on this documentary? What sense does this make?
I mean, after you explain it, Dana Wilkie does make sense because she was on the Beverly Hills Housewives. And so it does make sense. But like Danielle Staub, I feel like Danielle Staub has been trying to get her 15 minutes of fame, renewed every 5 seconds. And it's like, no, boo-boo, we're done. We're done. It's time to move on. Go make that cooking show on YouTube that you've been, that you've been selling to us for the past 2 years. Like, concentrate on that.
Listen, she is not an Up and Adam fan. I'll tell you that, because I've tried to reach out to her. She follows me on all of the platforms, and then I reach out to her, and she always reads them, and she tells me that she's too busy. I don't know what the hell she's busy doing, and if it's according to Reality Blurb, it's busy owing some rent, on that apartment. But that's your deal. And it's not like in my adult life, I've never owed rent before. So Danielle,
I don't know why you can't find. I understand Dana being on it just because we know her and she just has so much information, and I understand that. I don't understand Danielle Staub being on it. I don't understand that at all. I didn't even really understand her being on The Housewife and The Hustler. Like, what the hell are you?
But she's not on
the entrance. The entrance. It was like that Fallon entrance for your interview. It's like, what is happening here?
I mean, they have the same entrance for all of them. There's even one of Ronald Richards walking in, one of Dana Wilkie. Like, they tried doing this dramatic Fallon Gobadia entrance on all of them. I always like saying that last name.
You really do love saying that last name. And her last name is now Pina.
It's Pina. I know, but one time she posted a bikini pic and I was like, Gobadia, and I thought it was so clever. And she's like, says everyone in my comments. And I was like, oh. Okay.
But well, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. But I will watch it for y'all because sometimes
I'll watch it if you watch it, because this is my problem with everything, and I always repeat this, but it's just so toxic. Like, Housewives is becoming so toxic, and I'm really enjoying like other things, especially Ultimate Girls Trip, and now like I'm going to invest my time to watch more toxicity from this franchise about this person that is kind of volatile in the show and really not fun. I don't know. But I do want to hear from the victim, because I don't understand enough of the case. I don't understand enough of Erica's to comment on, and I don't understand enough of Jen Shah's. So I'm curious to see like what would the victims say and what really kind of how they felt things transpired. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And I think also here's my thing about Jen Shah.
Go ahead.
Jen Shah, I was a huge fan of, like, mostly throughout the first season. Even when she threw the drink at the floor at Coach Shah's birthday party, and I was like, look, she's a little, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. I'm still for her. It was for me during the reunion when she tried to pull the race card, and I'm like, oh, girl, stop. We're not here. Stop it. Make me want to smack myself. I was just like, girl, like, don't use the race card, because there's so many other people who need to use the race card who don't use it, but now you're using it with all these white ladies, and now then you got them screwed. Like, stop it. So, I mean, and her temper is crazy, and she emotional as hell. I just want her to, and then now that allegedly, she's stealing from elderly people. Oh, I'm gonna watch it for y'all. That's all I'll say. I'll watch this documentary for y'all.
You're like, that's it.
I will watch this documentary for y'all, because she was one of my faves, but then she be saying some stupid mess. My fave is now Heather Gay. Like, she's my favorite.
Her. Yeah.
So, and Meredith, I just like her blazers. So next season, her storyline is her creating a fashion line in partnership with Brooks, creating blazers. I bet money on
blazers,
that.
like sweat blazers. Like,
sweat blazers. I'm not joking you. I really do think that it's going to be her storyline next season, because
let's hope not.
It is, because what else is going to be it?
I mean, not Seth. Where's he?
Listen, Erica didn't know that the Jordy scandal would be hers. So. But with that, guys, we have over 400 in the room. So go ahead, smash that like button. Janelle, stick around. I'm going to drop you down and bring you back up.
Okay, I may not be here the whole time. I'll message you, because, a girl stay busy. But if I'm here, bring me up. If not, I love you all. And, I'll probably see y'all tomorrow or next week. It's a party.
Okay. All right, Janelle, well, hopefully you're back. And if not, then have a great rest of your night.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Janelle.
All right, guys, before we move on to the next topic, I do want to bring up a few other callers that we have in the room. We have a lot in the room, so I'm going to try to keep it shorter with our callers. That way we make sure we get everybody in. Hi, Jordan.
Hi.
Hey, baby gorgeous.
Hi, Shalina.
Oh, you look lovely.
Can you hear us?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was actually on. I love your hair right now, Jordan.
Thank you, babe.
That's right by your hair. Yeah.
Aw, Jordan, your hair does look great today.
Thank you so much, love. I'm loving the all-black coordination here that we got going
Seriously?
on. Yeah. This is a mood.
We called about this.
I got the email. We're all good.
But all right, so I'm going to start with you, Jordan, since we had you in the room first. What are your thoughts about this documentary? Like, how are you feeling about it? Oh no.
Well, listen. Here's how I feel. Do I feel like it's going to be entertaining? Slightly. But do I feel like we're going to get anything of any value or substance out of it? No. And what I'm trying to gear myself up for is to watch another 22 episodes of somebody who is in the court of public opinion, but not able to say a damn thing about the case that they're going through.
Right. Well, I mean, you know what the thing is, though, is we have, like, since one is criminal and one is civil, the good thing about this for fans is, like, Erica Girardi, we never know when that's going to end. Like, the IRS could come out and then they have a thing. We know that Jay Edelson from Illinois is now trying to personally go after Erica. Like, I feel like we don't know when the end is coming for that. But for Jen, it's pretty black and white, this whole scenario. Like, once she goes to court, it's going to be just the X amount of time, and then there will be a verdict. And then after that, she has 90 days, and then she will be sentenced if she's found guilty. And if she's not found guilty, well, it'll be interesting.
That's why I'm like, this is pretty easy, wrapped up. She ready to go. Go ahead and pop her orange jumpsuit and get her ready. But you know what I really want to see the documentary on? I want to see the documentary on Ronald Richards. I want to see the documentary on how this guy just pops out of nowhere and just all of a sudden finds himself associated with all of these housewife cases. Because he kind of reminds me of like Jay Taraborelli, the guy who does all of the celebrity biographies for some reason. Like, I like he reminds me of that, where like he's just in everybody's case. Like, mind you, he's like Dana Wilkie with a law degree.
I mean, well,
like, she's always there. She always has some sort of information, and we love to see her, but we wonder, like, where do you come from with all of this info, and who are your sources, Missy?
I mean, I'm always asking Dana, and she comes out. Listen, at first I'm always skeptical when I'm first meeting someone, and I didn't know Dana before YouTube. So I'm skeptical just because I wonder, like, who are your sources, right? But you always know when someone is the real deal based off of if they put a story out there and they say this is coming, and then all of a sudden, boom, here it is. You're like, oh shit, you really have sources. Who are they? As opposed to some people or sites, like sometimes you catch Dumois and they take a lot of different inquiries from people. And when they do, they just post it and they're like, we don't know if this is real or if it's not, but this is what we got. And it's, you can't really run with everything you hear from over there.
It's so hard to even validate like what we're reading in the blogs now, because it's like the fact that there is no actual source validation, vetting of any sources. There's no story credibility. It's just like nowadays we can just throw stuff out and be like, well, this may be true and it may not be true, but we're gonna say allegedly so that we can cover our asses.
Yeah,
so it's
say
just like
when you're talking about someone on a public platform. But I have to say I agree, because now when you have people coming out, like, blind items are still hard for me to understand, because I'm like, someone just wrote something somewhere and it's like appearing everywhere, and it's like, what the hell? And sometimes they're not even like remotely close to being true at all. And
they just sound crazy.
They
like the Potomac,
like Janet Jackson's secret daughter with El DeBarge chat, or with the DeBarge guy. It's like that's just something that's just in the zeitgeist and that's just been out there forever.
Could we go on to whatever this is and be like, hey, you know what? There are at least 5 people that I know that know this, that know that, that know that, and just have it posted and talk about it? Is that what
I mean? I feel like that's what they do. I feel like that's what they do. They just put it out there and they're like, hey, there's not a lot of content. So blind item of the day, there are at least 3 women that are having an affair with a significant. It's like, what? Where are you pulling this from? But Bad and Bougie, are you in the room?
They could come up with something.
We're gonna drop Bad and Bougie. Okay, Jordan, do you mind stick around? I'm gonna go ahead and add some more callers. That way we can get off the Jen Shah topic and bring up more. And I have to bring you back for this Beverly Hills stuff.
Okay.
All right, I'll bring you right back. I love Jordan's hair.
So do I.
I wish I had a full head of hair.
Well, if you take off the hat.
I mean, if I take off the hat,
you do not want to see mine right now. Mine's a mess.
I mean, I look like a cockatoo. So whatever, guys. Guys, almost 500 in the room, and we're less than 30 minutes in. We're gonna go ahead and bring up a few more callers. That way we can hit on this. And I still see everybody in the room. I promise I'm gonna get to everyone. We have a lot of topics. I want to make sure we hit those too. So let's welcome Mocha Rain.
Hi, Mocha.
And Dutchy Justice. Hi, Mocha.
Hi, Justice.
Hi, Jason. Hi, Adam. Hi, Justice.
All right. So I'm going to start with you, Mocha, since you were in the room first. First of all, happy Thursday and welcome. I'm so curious, what are your thoughts about this new Jen Shah documentary? Are you going to be watching, or is that a hard pass?
We probably won't get it out in Australia unless it's on like Hey You or something, but we didn't get the last one either.
Okay.
So it's a bit hard.
So we have to figure out a way to stream it to you.
Yeah. I mean, if I can watch it, I will. But yeah, I think the lady in Seattle said about possibly it could have been her son or nephew calling, which, like, that's a good point.
Well, I mean, I honestly, like, I didn't think about that. Justice, were you in the room when she said that? Lily?
Yeah, I've been watching since the beginning. I was cooking, so yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right. So, Justice, what did you think when she said maybe it was her son or her nephew that called and not her husband?
That made sense, you know?
Are you buying what she said, though? Like when she said it was an NYPD officer?
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm not, unless she's sleeping with him, that's the only reason people call, hey, baby. Like, no, you don't just do that just to random. I don't even answer the phone and say like my name when it's a number I don't know, or it's a number that's not saved. So it's like I don't even say my name. I just wait till the other person says something. We just both won't be waiting. You called me. I didn't call you.
Okay.
So it's just weird to me that she would say that. I think it'd be more believable if she would have said my family member called me. But I know she's trying to so actively fight this case, and she doesn't want to implicate any of them into this. Because again, like it looked like she evaded the police. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
which
you're not wrong. Okay, so we're going to be covering this on November 26th, which Justice dropped out. Mocha, we're going to be covering this on November 26th. Will you be back to cover it with us? And by the way, I did want to say this really quick. Somebody just put this on here. Guys, while I'm looking for it, go ahead, smash that like button, show some love. But someone said, Mocha Rain, the Erica documentary was on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube, they're saying.
There's a couple places you can find all of this crap. Femtero has a whole list of places you can go get, I'm sure it's not very...
Yeah, because it's hard here in Australia because you guys have a lot more streaming services where we get your bundled, the bundled services. So you kind of got to get a few different services to try and figure out where to get certain things. But if I can find it, I definitely will be watching it because I think it's going to be, I'm hoping it's going to be interesting.
Well,
but I want to know more from Sharif and the kids' point of view.
We will never hear
at some stage.
We'll never hear their point of view on it. I'm telling you, I can call that already. Especially if she goes,
we didn't even hear Erica's point of view.
No, exactly.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
That's true.
Justice, what are your thoughts?
I'm definitely going to be watching it because I feel like we just don't really have a good idea. I didn't have a good idea of what she was accused of until you were interviewing Ronald Richards and he was giving his opinion on it.
I mean, so he really helped me understand it too. But honestly, Whitney in that little 6 minutes or 3 minutes of breaking it down in less than, I think it was less than 2 minutes. I was like, oh shit, now I understand it more than I ever had before.
She smashed it out of the park, breaking it down for everybody that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which a lot of people suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was nice to see that at least one of them had some idea what could possibly happen. And that someone was there to explain it, not just to the rest of the crew, but to the viewers. I thought that was quite unique and really good to for TV.
Yeah, that was something I felt like was actually made the Real Housewives look real in a sense,
Exactly.
like, breaking the fourth wall and actively talking about it to like the audience, not like to the producer whose like question has been cut out of the scene, and it's just these random takes of like their opinion on a scene. So I really appreciated that as well. I didn't think about that Whitney portion, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch. I think it's gonna give us a little bit more insight of who actually is like hurt by Jim's actions. The only thing that sucks
Her
is
alleged
that,
actions.
okay.
I like how you don't even budge. You're just
That's
like,
a great
okay,
pause.
whatever. All right. Well, Justice Mocha, stick around. I'm going to go ahead, since we're 30 minutes in, and move on to the next topic because we have a few. That way I can bring everybody back up, and I will bring you ladies back up as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, I'll say thank you because I've got to get going since it's like 9:30 here.
Oh, well, good night, Mocha.
But
No, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Mocha.
Bye.
Bye, Mocha. All right, Jason. So we still have Bad and Bougie in the room. We have Shalina back, Natalie Henry, Janelle, Judgy Justice, Justifiably Jordan. Jordan has a visitor in the background. Jordan, we see you. Basic Chic Girl, and also Angela Langio. I don't want to butcher anybody's name. All right, Jason, I wanted to bring this up because we're all over the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills right now. After season 11, we felt like we didn't get a whole bunch of answers, not the answers we wanted at least. And now we know that production was racing into, well, starting to film season 12 as fast as they could so we didn't have any gaps in the stories. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. And they welcomed a new woman named Sanella Diana Jenkins. And when they did, all we know, and we've gotten tidbits, is that she's friends with Lisa Rinna and Dorit and also the Hiltons. But not like that matters because Kathy Hilton is not filming. We know that she's worth buku bucks. She's a CEO and an owner of a major company. Well, a private music label, but it has to be a major company because we just found out today that she sold her Malibu mansion for $87 million. You know what she bought?
No.
Okay. She sold her Malibu mansion for $87 million, and instead she went to Calabasas. Now she is next door neighbors to Lori Loughlin, Kris Jenner, and Khloe Kardashian. She bought a mansion for $13 million. This is the front of it. It looks terrible, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's an awful house. I mean, come on.
That house, like, I would hate to live in that house. What a dump. Garbage. This is the side of the house, the side of the front entrance. Look how beautiful. Honestly, all jokes aside, this is incredible.
This is like very you, though. This is like your kind of thing.
I mean, this is Sanella, I'm moving in with you. And then this is the backyard. I mean, it's just a beautiful house.
I mean, I feel like this is like that farmhouse thing you see everywhere in LA, though.
I honestly feel like it's just like, it looks like a darker version of, it looks a lot more grand, but a darker version of Dorit's house. But now I'm looking at it in the front doors.
I mean, it's a little bigger than Dorit's house.
Yes, it is definitely
but
bigger.
I bet if you broke the glass there, the alarm would go off.
That's what I'm saying. But you'd have to
get into, because where in Calabasas are they? In Hidden Hills?
Hidden Hills.
Yeah. Good luck getting in there.
I mean, and I think it's at first, like, I was reading tweets and people were like, how is she going to film in Hidden Hills and have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you know, like production crews come into the gates? They're not going to allow that.
The Kardashians did it.
I was about to say Keeping Up did it literally every day for years. They always have tons of cameras in there. So I don't know what
production has its own road into the Hidden Hills. It's like, yeah, come this way if you're filming Kardashians or Housewives.
I agree.
Service, what do they call it? The service entrance in those communities where, like, that's where if you have an Amazon delivery or your gardeners are coming by, they go through the service entrance so they don't have to bother like the front gate.
I mean, I don't know. That's rich people shit. I don't understand it. But I'm excited though. I love this next level of wealth, and I love seeing that she's already been filming for quite some time. She was at the Andaz Hotel with everybody. She was at Sutton Concept. She was at Kim Richards, or not Kim, but Kyle's store opening. So she's been filming. I think that we might have a full-time housewife here.
So Kyle opened a new store in a different city.
Yeah.
But her one in Beverly Hills didn't work, right? Didn't she close that?
No, yeah, she did close it, but she was doing that store with another woman, and this store is with a completely different designer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But I mean,
interesting.
It's right across the street from Saks in Palm Springs, so we're hearing that it's a nice location. Anyways, all right, we're going to bring up some more callers, but before we do, I do want to touch on this Ramona thing, because this woman,
I do want to say really quickly before we move on to Ramona, I am curious about this woman, Sanella
Diana Jenkins.
Yeah, I'm curious about her because she's coming out of like left field. Like I don't think we know anything about her. You know, I mean, we are starting to know about her, but that's just someone I didn't think would be cast as a new housewife.
Well, you don't know anything. I mean, honestly, when we saw Crystal Kung Minkoff and we saw, and she like did a Bravo TV tour and she's like, hey guys, I don't really love the cameras. I'm just really boring. I was thinking in my head, that's what you're saying when Bravo's doing the introduce the housewife. And I was like, she's not going to be good at all. But I actually liked her. So for Sanella, I don't think we can judge. We don't know her.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but it's kind of interesting that she has her own thing going on and that it's not like, you know, Crystal's married to Rob Minkoff. So, okay, there's like, you know what I mean? That Hollywood kind of Beverly Hills connection. And it's interesting to see what she's going to bring to the show. I'm just interested.
And she's not married. She's not an actual housewife. She's like a boss.
Hopefully, and she's not friends with Erica. Hopefully, just because she's friends with Lisa I wonder if she's going to like hop on the Erica train or if she's going to kind of like question things. Because like we've said many times, and a lot of people, especially callers on this specific show, we need someone to come in who's going to question what people say, especially Erica.
I agree with that 100%. I agree. Okay, so before we bring up the callers, I did want to hit on this Ramona situation because not only did Ramona have a formal investigation launched on her by Ebony K. Williams and someone who was a part of the production team who gave formal complaints to Bravo. So here came the investigation. She passed. Now she has to take sensitivity classes. Okay, moving on. Then we got the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. She calls Kenya out of her name within the first 3 minutes and then continuously calls her Porsha to insult her, which if that's an insult, then please. And then now we're hearing that she went to the opening of a Broadway show this week, the opening of a show called Diana. And when she did, she completely showed her ASS. Do you want to hear?
Which you can see, I think you can see Diana on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you can too.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this picture, guys, I want everyone to take note really quick. Look at this picture. In this picture, you see Ramona on her phone on the left, and you see a guy so clearly right in front of her. She was front row for the Broadway opening of this musical. You see the guy hold up the mask up sign, and you see her so clearly without her mask. And then they asked her to put her mask on. She had an attitude. And then when they were sitting there, when they were performing, she took her drink and she sat it on top of the stage. She just sat it right on top of the stage. Is that disrespectful?
It's so disrespectful. Let me tell you a little story too, because you know,
tell me a story, Jason.
Musical theater and stage and stuff. Okay, so the stage, it's a very sacred space. I mean, of course, people know that, but I went to a show called The Miracle Worker. It was kind of off Broadway in New York, and Allison Pill was in it. And who is the girl from Little Miss Sunshine? I forgot her name.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, oh gosh, her name is like on the. Anyway, so Allison Pill was playing in this play, and the person in the front row, the guy in the front row, put his feet up on the stage because it was kind of level to like where the audience was sitting, and she stopped her line and she looked at the feet until he finally got it. His wife had to like nudge him, like, get your feet off the stage. Like, she just stopped. The whole thing stopped. Production just stopped. It's intrusive. It's rude. And it's, why are you sitting there? I'm sure she's not even interested or invested in the show she's seeing. I think she's just there because it's an opening night. And there's a party after, and lots of people, you know, are there to be seen and not just to see the show. I'm sure that's all it was. But so disrespectful to put anything on the stage. So disrespectful to act that way at a show that has nothing to do with you.
And they said that she put it on the stage, and then they told her to take it off. And she said, well, other people are doing it too. And then she put it back on the stage. And then after intermission, she stayed out. They started performing the first song after everybody was seated. And then she came through the doors and sat down right in the front row. And everyone said it was a huge distraction.
So rude. It's so, because I mean, you have these people are invested in their characters, in their art, in their performance, and they're being disturbed and disrupted by this obnoxious woman who shouldn't even really be there. By the way, if you are in New York, you have to go see Diana the musical. I still haven't watched it. I'm going to watch it on my TV. I would like to go see it. My friend plays Camilla Aaron Davey. She's a phenomenal actress, phenomenal singer. You have to definitely go see it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to bring up some callers really quick because I'm curious. Hi, Sabrina.
Hey, Sabrina.
Hey, Jason. How are
Hi,
you
Bad
guys?
and Busy. Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm not on mute today.
You're not on mute.
Oh, Abigail Breslin. Thank you, guys.
Hi, Sabrina.
All right. So, Bad and Bougie, I know that you were in the room first. I do want to ask you. I want to ask you about this Ramona situation. Have you been to a Broadway musical?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And did you know that it's pretty taboo to put your drink on the stage when they're performing?
Common sense would tell you that, even though I've never said that closely to the stage. I think anybody with any type of common sense would know you wouldn't want to put your snacks on the stage where people are going to perform. You know, I'm just so tired of her. She's so obnoxious. It's like she almost gives New Yorkers a bad name. Like, what's wrong with you? And then the thing is that I understand that in America, you know, we're split. Different people have different opinions about masks or whatever, but be respectful of the other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the rule of the venue is wear a mask, then just grow up. Like, you're not 3 testing your limits. You know, you have to, you know, abide by the rules of the venue. And I just think she's so tacky. I'm just so tired of her. Like, I don't even understand, like, with the other housewives that they've gotten rid of, such as
Dorinda.
Yeah, Dorinda, you know, even, well, they didn't get rid of Nene, but the other wives, Cynthia, what's the
Kelly
lady in Orange County?
Kelly Dodd.
No, the
Bronwyn?
insurance lady.
Oh, Vicky.
Oh, Vicky.
Vicky,
God,
like,
Vicky reminds me of
anybody
Ramona.
they should be getting rid of before all of them should be her. Like, I'm starting to side-eye Bravo. Like, why is she here? She's so disrespectful. The Shabbat dinner, the you know what I'm saying? This thing, like,
She's
she
unaware.
is actually giving them a bad name. She's tacky. And it just shows that money can't buy you class. She has no class whatsoever. And she's still hanging around, and I'm just trying to figure out why.
Okay. Sabrina, what's your opinion?
Ramona should not be allowed to go to a Broadway show ever again.
Ever.
She is so rude, and to just be so obnoxious against the house rules, to think that
invited.
like you're so special that you can just do whatever you want, is absolutely insane to me. And she's not even the biggest star that was there. Like, John Bon Jovi, like, was there, and he went on stage after. So I'm just kind of like, everyone else can behave themselves, but for some reason Ramona can't. But I do have to say, I enjoy watching her antics on Ultimate Girls Trip, just because I love all the other women like going after her, because I love seeing other people put her in her place.
Which, by the way, Porsha Williams came on today because they had the cast of the Ultimate Girls Trip on Watch What Happens Live. And when they did, Andy played a game with them and asked them, you know, names of different housewives and said, is this person an all-star or no? And they would raise their paddle. And he brought up Porsha Williams' name and said all-star. And the only 2 out of all of the women who raised their paddle and said, yes, she's an all-star was Kyle Richards and Cynthia. And she went on social media and she's put, that's cute. She said, first of all, it was supposed to be Giselle and I who were supposed to head the All-Stars Girls Trip, but then we got busy and the pandemic hit. And now
I want to watch Giselle and Porsha, honestly. I would have
wanted to watch Porsha, not Giselle.
It's a great cast. It is a great cast. I love Porsha, but they did really well in the casting.
I mean, Porsha could have easily replaced
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Than anything on Bravo.
I think Porsha could have replaced Cynthia because Porsha and Kenya would have had
would have been a trip.
Yeah, we don't need.
But we don't. Okay, but the thing is you still have that whole complex situation with Kenya and Porsha, and I think they're not trying to like ruffle any feathers to that extreme.
Who cares? It's a TV show. What are you talking about? Not ruffling
because we're tired of like the too much like bickering. You know, we just want to see bickering.
I like the bickering between Cynthia and Kenya. I do think that's interesting to watch because you don't see that. We haven't really seen that often. They're always, you know, kind of like together or with Kandi, like they've kind of become a group. And it is kind of nice to see that they're not coupled as much on this. And then you see Cynthia kind of hanging out with, you know, just other women, and Kenya's like bonding so much with, you know, just even her and Luann. And it's just so funny to me.
I do have to say, I don't know how either of you ladies feel, but I'm actually enjoying watching Luann, which is weird because I haven't enjoyed her for so long on New York. But
no, she adds a different element
this season.
She does nothing for me. She needs to go. Like seriously, she needs to go for real. And for them not to raise their hand on Porsha being an all-star, that's just hate. That's called hateration.
It's called
jealousy. And Porsha clapped back when she did. She's like, but you guys can also go catch my new book, Pursuit of Porsha, and Porsha's Family Matters comes out at the end of the month. And it was like, boom. What do you say?
There you go.
Because Ramona doesn't have a spinoff. And
Ramona would never get a spinoff ever.
Yeah, what let's go to Broadway with Ramona? No, thank you. That's not what I want to say.
You know what's so funny is I always get so much like flack about Porsha when I mention her because everyone automatically associates the Fallon interview with like, Adam, you do not like Porsha. And I'm like, that.
Yeah, but you were interviewing. There's a difference between an interview. It's like, you know, Katie Couric interviewed a lot of people. Doesn't mean she like likes all of those
exactly.
people. It's your point of view.
It's his job. He's supposed to do it. Yeah.
That's it.
Thanks, Bad and Bougie. Thank you.
Wait, I want to say something about the new housewife. What's her name?
Sanella Diana Jenkins.
Diana Jenkins. I even love her name. Sanella Diana Jenkins. Like, I don't know. It just rolls off my tongue. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm happy, you know, that's a good look. I'm thinking first off, you know, she's single. She has her kitties. She's making it happen. She's a businesswoman. I'm thinking I like it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I am not feeling is the fact that she's Dorit and Lisa Rinna's friend. So now that inner circle that already was rejecting Sutton and Garcelle gets bigger and stronger. I would have hoped they would have brought back somebody, and I was hoping that Kathy would come back, some people that would kind of, you know, split it down the middle kind of. So now I'm looking forward to a season of Garcelle and Sutton still being, like Garcelle said, on the outside, and then them having this inner circle. So while I'm excited to see her, because I think she represents a lot of things that women want to see nowadays. Single women, making it happen, got the kids, got the business, got the, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that, but I'm just interested to see how it's going to play out with, you know, people, including me and Garcelle, feeling that there's an inner circle and outer circle.
I agree with that. And I think, oh yeah, Serena, go ahead.
I was just thinking that Rinna can turn on her very quickly because she did turn on a couple of the other women she brought on to the show. So she turned on like the Vidal Sassoon girl. She turned on Denise. She also turned on Sutton.
That's true. I mean, Lisa, honestly, nobody's safe with Lisa Rinna. Nobody's safe.
But
You're not.
I'm also excited, like Bougie said, I'm excited for the new housewife. She got a great divorce settlement of like $150 million back in 2012. She was married to a guy that worked at Barclays Bank for a long time. And so he made like hundreds of millions of dollars there. And it seems from like the articles online that they had a pretty amicable divorce. So it's not like a bad co-parenting kind of relationship. But yeah, she definitely has the money.
But I mean, if you were going to get a divorce I think if I was going to get a divorce settlement of hundreds of $millions, I'd be amicable too. I would be so nice. Like it wouldn't even be like, no.
Oh yeah. I would be honestly, I would be like, actually, let's just stay together. Let's get a 10,000, 15,000 square foot home. I'll be in the West Wing. You be in the East Wing. And I'm not talking about Giselle's West Wing, but I'll be in the West Wing, and like we'll stay far apart. 150
That's a feather to the wing.
That's good.
I would be the best ex-wife ever. Like I would not cause you.
It makes me want to be an ex-wife now. It makes me like I want to be an ex-wife right now if I get to be Sanella Diana Jenkins. But no.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll give you $15.
Okay.
I also read she's friends with George Clooney, and like they would do yacht trips together with like couple friends. So she has like a big network of celebrity friends from what the articles like Daily Mail and just different articles that were written about her, but they're articles from back in 2012. They're not new articles.
And she's friends with that one guy. By the way, guys, 550 in the room, smash that like button. She's friends with that one guy, Jason, who always threw the parties behind Pump and Tom Tom in West Hollywood. Elton John.
Elton John.
Yes, Elton John.
Adam.
Yes.
Come on.
I know who Elton John is. I blinked for a second. First of all, it's not even my era.
The guy who had a party.
Yes, the guy who had a party.
It's
Elton
everyone's
John.
era at this point. Do you listen to Dua Lipa?
See? Thank you, Bad and Bougie. By the way, Bad and Bougie, everyone's commenting on how great you look tonight, and I agree. You look absolutely beautiful, and thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much.
I love
Yeah.
your
I
house.
appreciate
You look
that.
so beautiful.
Yeah, a couple of people in the chat have been commenting on that, and I love it too.
Thank you. You guys make me feel so good. I love you guys.
We'll
For some
keep you
reason,
around.
I feel like you live across the street from Sanella. I just feel like you look the part, and you're so bougie that I'm like, you're like, yeah, I just took her some sugar.
All of a sudden, we see like Khloe Kardashian come in the background and be like, "Hey guys."
You know what? I don't want to name drop because that's not me, but I'm in the hood.
We know.
Ooh.
We know.
we know where you're at. We see you.
I'm only mad that I don't get to meet you. You only get to meet Adam.
I know. I can't wait for Adam to come. I'm so
I know,
excited.
but I'm a good time in real life. That's the thing.
I mean, that's your personal opinion. So, Bad and Bougie, Sabrina, stick around if you don't mind. I'm going to drop you down, bring up some other callers, and I'll bring you ladies back.
All right. See you
Great.
later.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Bad and Bougie. Thank you, Sabrina. All right.
You know, do you know that you always bring them up at the same time, and I love them together. When
I didn't notice that. I did want to I want to get Jordan's input on this stuff too, and then I also want to get, we have more callers. I want to bring up Natalie, Henry, and also Janelle, because Janelle is always talking to us about, you know, showbiz and how she's, you know, right now breaking into showbiz. So I am curious what her standpoint is on this Ramona situation, because I feel like, you know, we have a friend named Martha who's been trying to do Broadway for a long time. She was really successful in San Francisco. She was in the San Francisco Playhouse playing Stupid Fucking Bird. Or
that's
something.
actually a show. That's a
yeah,
show.
It's actually a show.
Playing a bird. Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't playing. No, yeah, she wasn't playing a stupid fucking bird, but that was the name of the play. Legit with the F word. So I'm sorry, I didn't censor myself. But she would be livid, and that's why I'm curious what Janelle's thoughts are. So Janelle, hi Natalie.
Hi.
Hi Natalie.
Yeah, Benji. Hi.
Oh.
Janelle, are you there? We'll give her 5 seconds, and then if not, we'll 5, 4, 3.
She'll come out at like 6.
All right. Hi, Jordan.
Hola.
All right. So, Natalie, I'm going to start with you. 1, happy Thursday. 2, welcome in. And 3, imagine you were sitting next to Ramona at a Broadway show and she stuck her drink on the stage. What are we saying? What are we saying?
How rude.
Okay.
Put your mask on and hold your own drink like the rest of us.
It is rude.
It's so rude. And really quick, the Jen Shah thing on the after show, when she was calling, or when the guy asked her the question about the call, she said she had just left Beauty Lab. It had been maybe 10 minutes. Then she got a call and it was from a New York number. I don't think she was talking about the car in the bus, because she had said she had just left Beauty Lab, then got the text from Heather. I think she was avoiding who she was talking to while she was in the bus.
Oh.
Did anybody else catch that?
I mean, I rewatched this like 2-3 times, and I was trying in my head. I'm like, what is going? I can't keep up with this shit.
Right.
I can't keep up with it. Jordan, what are your thoughts about this Ramona situation?
Okay, listen.
Oh God, here we go.
As somebody with a professional dance background and somebody who would have been on the stage that Ramona set her funky ass drink on, not only is that disrespectful, not only is that rude, not only is that incourteous, but that is also a hazard. Do you realize that is somebody's place of business there? That is somebody's space where they are performing. So what if somebody would have accidentally knocked that drink over? Then there's some damn show, your little $6 champagne all over the damn stage. Are you paying their hospital bills? No.
Right. You
look like you don't even pay your own insurance.
Can you imagine?
So what do you mean, like,
Patti LuPone in this show? She will stop if there's a cell phone and stop and point the audience member out. Thank goodness you didn't have Allison Pill, who I had a similar experience with that guy putting his feet on the stage, which is a sacred space for artists and performers.
Yes.
As you know, Jordan. And then also, like, No, you just don't do that. But Patti LuPone would have reamed her. She would have stopped everything.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Listen, I've done shows where we have stopped everything.
Yeah.
So I know, like, listen, I've been the...
What's he doing?
I'm going to do that.
I have been the one to stop everything and be like, excuse me, we are doing a show. Why is your phone on? And not only on, but why is it ringing during a show?
I actually...
So distracting.
Guilty as charged.
So rude.
Exciting news coming up, and it's at the end of this year, but it's going to be like a way where myself and a few other people, we get to see everybody in person, and I'm so excited, and it's going to involve like a stage like scenario, and I'm going to be that person. I hope that someone sits a drink down, and I'm going to be like, what the actual are you thinking?
But you know,
are you kidding me,
Adam? You know, you like
So,
you're gonna be like you want people to be on their phones doing this.
No, I'm not saying the phone. I'm saying if you put a drink on the stage, I'm gonna be that person who would want.
Are we
to
serving
call you out.
drinks? Is that how it's happening? Is that what's going on?
Adam, that was the least inconspicuous way I've ever heard someone announce they are going on tour.
No, not a tour. No, not a tour. But
an evening with. You're doing a cabaret.
I'm doing a cabaret.
You're wearing Giovanni.
I am Countess Adam.
Can you?
Can I style? Can I style you in Giovanni?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's 100%. Not the singing or the dancing. I
like jumpsuits, and they have.
I'll be the choreographer.
You got to come with.
I'll be your Mikey Menden. You just don't have
5, 6, 7, 8, and just like a. Oh, you can't even snap.
Oh God!
Just like
I will be your Mikey Menden, and you don't have to pay me $40,000.
Okay, fair. Jordan, Natalie, I want to ask you both the same question really quick because we are hearing more and more tidbits about this woman right here, Sanella Diana Jenkins. She sold her Malibu mansion for $87 million. Just bought this really cheap looking awful home for $13 million. What are our thoughts?
I guess I'm a cheat bitch.
I can't wait to meet her.
I guess I'm a cheap bitch because I live for that house. I guess I am a cheap bitch because I live for that house, honey.
For that house, Jordan, I am totally.
That house looks like all type of sinister and debaucherous things are going on. I want to know what's going on in her basement.
Don't you want to hear all about it? Can't wait to see her on the show.
She has these big windows with the lights. If you had my lights like behind me, you can like change into music and like it would be all.
I'd be walking around all kind of naked, all up in that house, baby. And she looks like she has the body for it too. She looks, you know who she kind of looks like? She gives me like a Crystal Connors vibe. Clock your references, children. Y'all seen Showgirls. She gives me a very Crystal Connors vibe. Like she just be walking around naked with like diamond pasties on a Sunday afternoon with a mimosa. And I want to see it on camera.
Maybe that's an Adam vibe because that's what I do.
Serve me. I am here for it. Without the nipple cover.
What record? She has her own record company? A person?
Yep. She has her own private music label, and then she also has a
so
company
where
called
can
Zero.
So can I send her my mixtape and maybe, you know, I can, you know, is this you guys somehow putting this into the universe?
I mean,
so
listen,
I mean,
you know what's so funny? I always grew up and I love now every time I go around my family because being a part of YouTube and I went to school for broadcast journalism, I love what I do. And my dad always told me growing up, work is called work. It's not called fun or else it would be fun. And I would say, no, I'm going to find something I love. He'd be like, no, you're not. Trust me. Just work. You want a good 401k. And we would always argue about this. So I always.
Me and my stepdad had that same conversation.
Yeah. And I always feel like, you know, people ask me, how did you do this? Or how did you land Kathy? Or how did you, you know, and I'm like, I just always put it out there. So if you think so, why not? I sent my book to one of the Bling Empire cast members who makes movies. Why not? You never know who's watching.
I'm working on new music. So, you know, if Erica Jane can get nine number ones, I can at least get a top 10 on the Bubbling Under chart. Work with me, children.
What did she get number one on?
She has like 9 number ones on the dance chart. 9, plural. 9.
Oh, dance charts, yeah.
Number ones on the dance chart.
It's like she has like disco awards.
Listen.
Dance needs to be, you know what dance
on.
in the 90s? Yeah. Dance to me in the 90s was like, house music was like, do you remember Corona?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the rhythm of the night, baby, baby, like all that kind of stuff. That's like, That was like a
Like
real like
Paula Abdul's cold-hearted snake was lighting up
Paula-
baby. Ah.
love, and she could dance her ass off. Do you remember that?
Now,
Was it the
I would challenge
AMAs
anybody.
where she opened the AMAs? She choreographed Michael and Janet in the same show. What was that? 76 or something? I don't know. Amazing. She's incredibly talented.
I mean,
Paula Abdul. Sorry, I just went on a rant.
Oh no, I met her in person. I had to serve her one night. She's so tiny.
But it's awesome. Like
she's tiny and nice.
Yeah, she's super sweet. Super sweet. A lot of people aren't, so I like that about Paula. But all right, Jordan, Natalie, I appreciate you both calling. I have only one more topic, so I'm going to leave you up for just a second. Do we know Vanderpump Rules? Yeah. Okay. So I'm curious what everyone thinks, and I'm going to keep hot, messy topics a little bit shorter tonight because Jason's mom's in town visiting, and we are taking her for $1 oysters because it's Thursday. So with that, I'm going to bring this up. Sheena and Brock. Now, if you guys are watching Vanderpump Rules season 9,
this is a hot, messy topic.
I know. Listen.
It's like a past due.
I get Sheena. Well, Sheena can't blame the editors no more.
Sheena can't blame the
downright
Jordan.
messy at this point.
Well, Sheena actually wanted to get to the bottom of this whole situation, so she did an interview letting us know that she sat on a phone call with Brock and his ex. She listened to them hash it out over the domestic violence charge and also the child support. He's trying to finish paying child support, but he's made it known in another interview, I don't want to interfere. The kids have a stepdad, so I just want to pay the support. And it's harder for me to see the kids, so I would pretty much rather not. I just want to support them. And it makes you like, I don't like the way Lala delivered this information, but it does make you wonder, well, what kind of parent are you if you just want to pay for your kids, but you don't actually want to be a part of their lives? I see why people are questioning this.
Right.
I have a perspective on that.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a perspective on that because there are some cases where a parent not passing down their systemic trauma would be more beneficial than them being in their child's life for the sake of saying that they're in their child's life and then screwing them up because of their presence. I'll say that. Now, mind you, I don't know all of the details. I'm not saying Brock has traumas. I don't know what Brock's story is. I really don't care. But at the end of the day, I will say that there are some situations where you would rather the parent not have been there. I'm just saying. Because,
But wouldn't you think that would cause a red flag for Sheena? Because he's very much so there for Summer Moon.
Well, I think that Sheena is. Let me not be reactionary.
I was about to say
that
please
Sheena
tonight be reactionary because
I feel like Sheena should be going and checking like police
Reddit
reports and receipts and different things instead of just putting them on a three-way call and being like, so what do you have to say, girls? Like, can we actually do some actual investigative things? Because this is like an actual family. This is children. These are people's lives involved. Like, this is more than just a FaceTime real quick. Like, if this is actual, like, Brock having serious issues that he doesn't want to be have an effect on his children, like, Sheena needs to be Sheena's priority. It doesn't matter what his baby mama needs to say because she's the one that has a new child with him.
I mean, some MS just said, what's the difference between him and Paris's husband?
The root of what you're bringing into your own life.
Okay.
And while I understand you wanting to facilitate some sort of relationship with his old children, you may need to be a little bit more concerned about what you're doing to your kids right now.
I mean, MS said, what's the difference between him and Paris's husband? Well, Paris's husband pays the child support. So I guess that would be the first one. But I'm not trying to be shady.
And also, Paris did know about all of that before.
Yeah, Paris did know about all of that. But, you know, honestly, I have to say one thing about Sheena, just because she was, and I always say this, she was legitimately my first friend in Los Angeles. She was so sweet when I didn't know anybody. And she has the best heart. She really does. So,
yeah, she was so nice to me until she wasn't. But, yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't like Jason. She told me straight up. She's like, I don't like Jason. Break up with Jason.
Goes both ways.
Yeah, she's like, and Jason.
Look at your relationship history.
I was so
I don't
awkward.
need to say anything.
I was talking to Sheena, and I told Jason because Jason and I we were having some drinks, I think, And I decided to tell Jason, and I don't know why it was like word vomit. I'm like, oh, by the way, Sheena doesn't like you because of this, this, and this. And he's like, wait, she doesn't even know me. I was like, right, but she doesn't like you, and she told me to break up with you. And he's like, what the?
Wow, so that was drunk Adam?
Well,
no, that's a whole different thing. But you
Was
can
that
tell me,
tequila, Adam?
Adam, what
No,
to do,
no
or me
tequila.
what to do when your past relationships haven't been that great. I'll tell you that.
I mean, that's fair.
What was the one in between Brock and Mike Shea?
Rob.
Yeah,
and then there was an Adam.
I've only had one Adam, so I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, Natalie, Jordan, thank you so much for calling again. We're going to cut it short tonight because Jason's mom's in town. Jordan, I'm going to start with you. Before we go, can you let us know where we can find you?
Y'all can find me out here in the YouTube streets. I am over on Justifiably Jordan. That is the channel where I give an empathic analysis on all things culture and entertainment, and then I justify why you should research and make your own conclusions. So I invite you to take the time, feel the vibe, and have a seat with me. Because as you can see, I'm not in my car, so I can't say take the ride. I'm too worried about people saying I'm driving.
I mean, that's pretty good that you took note of that so quick, because I got in a lot of trouble when I had a caller call in and she was driving, and then I got a lot of comments that were like, Adam, if she wrecked because of you, then you're going down. And I was like, wait a minute, no.
That would have nothing to do with you, but okay.
Well, I still have to be aware. I have to be aware of what the comments say.
Yes, you do. But I'm saying like you're doing the thing, but them saying that it's on you. It's like when Mia was like, well, if my mother relapses because of Candace, it's your fault. Listen, I don't agree with Candace a lot.
I agree.
But what she said at that reunion was right. No shade. Like, that's real talk. At the end of the day, you did bring your mama on this show because she wanted to tell her story to a bunch of strangers. For what reason? Because she signs no contract and gets no check. So if you end up having a situation where she's watching your kids and all of a sudden forgets how to parent and does not know what to feed them, that has nothing to do with Candace nor your fight with her. That has everything to do with you. God bless. I don't want no smoke with the Lord.
Jordan, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you, and hopefully we get to see you tomorrow.
Y'all will see me, babe. Bye, baby.
All right. Natalie, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you, and tell your whole family. You have like a whole troop back there. Tell everyone.
My daughter is trying to keep our crazy dog under control. He is just so excited right now and jumping all over us, knocking the phone out of our hands.
How old is he?
He's 2.
Oh, he's a puppy.
Yeah, he's still a baby, but lots of energy.
Oh my gosh. Ours used to be super high energy, and now they just lounge around. You would think that they're house cats. They lay there. They're like, just give me a cookie, bring me to the beach, and leave me alone. We're like, this is perfect.
Can't wait till we get to that point.
Well, Natalie, thank you so much for calling, and we hope to see you tomorrow if you're around.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
Bye, Natalie.
You know, Adam, something we have to talk about tomorrow that we didn't talk about tonight was Kandi and her restaurants, because I have some 2 cents on that.
No, definitely. Well, definitely.
Because,
we're an hour and 10 minutes in, and that was supposed to be one of the topics, but I also don't want to leave your mom hanging because she's sitting in the living room while we're doing this.
Reading a book, relaxing. She's not in DC where it's freezing, although, of course, she comes down here when DC gets like nice. It's like 72 up in DC today.
And then it's like pouring like an ass out here. Great.
Yeah. Welcome to Florida.
Welcome to Florida.
But she's having a good time.
Well, with that, normally, guys, we would keep this going for an hour and a half, but tonight's a little bit different. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for calling. Thank you to Judgy Justice, Bad and Bougie. Thank you to Janelle. Thank you to Natalie. Thank you to Sabrina, Justifiably Jordan. Guys, and also, if we didn't get to you tonight, I promise it's just a little bit of a different night. We will get to you tomorrow, and then next week is going to be back to normal up until Wednesday, and then Jason and I are embarking on my big Southern
so next week we'll only be doing hot, messy topics Monday and Tuesday.
That's sad.
Because we're going to do hot, messy Thanksgiving with Adam's family.
Don't worry, guys. I'll just stream it to you. I'll stream it to you.
We'll just stream it to you for an hour, and then you'll be like, okay, good luck.
It will be my hot, messy ass life streaming at 6 p.m. And it's going to be my dad who's sitting there trying to do the electric slide while cooking pork barbecue.
I'm so ready to do all the line dancing. I will line dance my ass off. I don't know all of them, but I used to be a dancer, so it's like I'll just jump in. It'll be fun.
Okay, well, wish us luck. All right,
What's
guys.
the other one, like back, front? I don't know. Anyway,
No, it's slide to the left. That's electric.
No, that's not electric.
Is that not?
That's not the electric slide. No.
Everybody, clap your hands. That's not
the
electric.
electric slide. No.
Oh.
This is. Oh God. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm not good with dancing.
We'll talk after this.
Okay, we'll talk after this.
No,
all right,
Jason.
Jason.
Electric slide. We are from different generations.
Yeah, I just said that because okay. All right, Jason, where can we find you?
You can find me at Down with Jason. I'm the sister channel to Adam's channel, I guess. But we cover different things. So tomorrow we're going live at 2 p.m. to talk Winter House, which is also one of my favorite shows. But every week on Tuesday we do our Below Deck Anchor Watch, which is a lot of fun. And then we just covered Vanderpump Rules yesterday, which was a lot of fun to talk about.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was interesting. Interesting to see where the show is going to go and what's going to happen and what kind of spinoff might come from this. But then, you know what I noticed really quick?
Go ahead.
Is I noticed that you said, because I've been calling it a Tom spinoff since like before this season started, right? Okay. The ratings, they're not as good as usual, but they are holding ratings. And you said that it's going to take at least another year for them to kind of get this show together. So I wonder if we do have another season coming up.
Oh, please don't wish that on us.
If they're holding the ratings a lot better than Watch What Happens Live, which goes from like no viewers to sometimes viewers to no viewers to a little more viewers. I don't know. I'm curious.
I'm curious too. All right. Well, before we go, and we're literally signing off here in 60 seconds, but I did want to let Judgy Justice. First of all, one of her videos, and Janelle always tells us, which is amazing. She's killing it. Has already hit over 4,000 views. She has a spiel. I don't even have a spiel. And I want her to at least be able to say her spiel because she was cooking earlier. And this is how we're going to sign off.
And her channel's
Justice,
fun.
Can you let us know where we can find you, please?
Hi, everyone. You can find me at Judgy Justice here on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter, where I wasn't really prepared today.
You're fine.
Where I give my judgment on your favorite Bravo celebrities, pop culture, and everything in between in my courtroom, where I would love for you guys to come and become one of my jury.
Hey! All right, guys. Well, Judgy Justice, thank you so much for calling in.
What's the latest case you've had?
The latest case I had was that I do mashup lives. It's similar to what you guys do. And I go through different topics related to Real Housewives. And one of my newest ones was going back through Mia's low budget past, where we found where the strip club is, and there is no ball gowns there.
Wait, is that in Charlottesville?
Yeah, it's in Charlottesville. It's called the Men's Club, and you can check it out on my video. We see all the high society places, from the 3-star motels that are around the back of it, to it being across the street from Costco, to it being
from Costco. That's convenient for like
the
bar
to
go.
It's
Yeah.
in the same thing as Costco and Costco gas station, across the street from McDonald's, and the Waffle House has a higher rating than the Men's Club.
No.
Oh my God.
That just made my night.
This is all I have to say. This is what I have to say. Thank you, MS. You took the words right out of my mouth. All right. So,
check it out. Thank you.
Yes, guys, if you want to check that out for sure, that
Thanks,
sounds
Justice.
interesting as hell. Make sure to go check out Judgy Justice. Justice, thank you so much, and thank you for helping us end this off.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me. Bye.
Bye, Justice.
Bye, Justice.
All right. Let's chat with Lily. Said, LOL, Jason doesn't want to go. Jason doesn't have a choice. Adam wants to go. Jason doesn't. That's not true, Elha.
I know. I really enjoy hot, messy topics.
No,
sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's 6. We have to do this, and I get here, and then I'm like, oh, I want to stay here because it's fun.
Yeah. No, I enjoy hot, messy topics too, and you know this. I look forward to them all day. I just also, your mom's in town. I want to be respectful. Let's go get her some oysters, guys. You're the best.
Oysters.
Thank you to all of our subscribers. Thank you to all of the mods, people who called in, the panelists. Thank you, and thank you for our super chats. Murray, thank you for finding Vita Tequila. And thank you for making Jason.
Murray, and thank you for sending me the photo. And again, really quick before you go, because I know you want to go, Adam. If you do find Vita Tequila in a city near you, or you don't, please DM me and DM me a photo and let me know if you have found it or have not found it, because I've compiled over 20 messages right now of people going to look for it who have either found it and enjoyed it or not found it. And I'm going to send them all to Lisa.
Is your Instagram at Jason Barrett?
Yes.
Okay, guys, I just put up Jason's Instagram. If you guys find Vita Tequila, go find him on Instagram and send him a DM. All right. With that, Jason, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.